Welcome to the Wagging Tongue podcast. My name is Chris, and today I've got a pretty interesting clip that I'm sure many of you have seen before. This one had escaped me, but I've seen the rhetoric before, but I think it's pretty interesting. I only watched like the first 60 seconds of it, and that was enough to, you know, get me to maybe prepare myself, do a few breathing exercises, see what's going to happen here. But it looks pretty interesting. So let's get into this and let's go from there. And I'll pause it and make comments as is necessary. Okay, let's get into this.
New study out today that says women become unhappy as they get older. Well, the flip side, men get happier as life goes on. Now, the researchers, a couple of economists, by the way, they say it happens when we each turn 48. And of the major factors coming down, it's all about money. Now, what's that all about? We're going to debate it. Marc Rudov is a no-nonsense man, and Tracey Byrnes, our Fox Business reporter, joins me to tell us what's really going on. Tracey, is this true?
Come on.
Come on.
All right, first of all,
Don't get me started.
I know you've missed me, Mark. First of all, this study was conducted by mostly men. And when men conduct anything, they talk about their finances because men judge themselves by the size of their wallet, toys, dare I say. So, you put all your toys together in a parking lot and it makes you happy. If they were to ask other questions in this study about spirituality, about the other aspects of our lives, that women would have taken over. I mean, first of all, a woman hits her sexual prime at 35. Things get much better for us.
Hey, I'm 35. This is good for me. All right, Mark, all right, go nuts, because I know you're going to go nuts.
Well, first of all, you're presuming that unhappiness in women begins in middle age. I'd say it starts when she's a little girl, when she's taught that happiness derives from shoes, jewelry, boob jobs, and pedestals.
Okay, let's stop right there. Shopping, all this type of stuff, boob jobs. How many of you guys out there, women, have got boob jobs? Okay, 1, 2, why did you do it? And 3, what are the effects? Okay, is what he's saying is true? I'm going to reserve judgment on that until we get to the end probably here. So let's continue.
And what's interesting, oh, come on, Alexis, and then you have boys who are taught that they're supposed to make girls happy. I was on the radio 2 weeks ago in Greensboro, North Carolina, and the host related a story. He overheard his son and daughter talking. So brother goes to sister and says, "How come you always have money and I don't?" And she says, "That's simple. I have a boyfriend and you have a girlfriend." The fact of the matter is, boys are taught that they're supposed to make women happy.
No, he's actually living in the dark ages.
There's that.
Okay, well, let's just do the facts. Just as far as the money goes, that's absolutely true. If I go out to eat, say I go out to a place, $20, buy something to eat, pay a tip, whatnot, the instant I take a woman with me, that price doubles, more than doubles. Okay, so you've doubled your expenses. Okay, this is something that, even though I know that there's women out there who will pay for a meal here and there, generally when they are in a relationship or something like that, it generally doesn't happen. Women's money is for them. Our money is for both of us. And so I would say that's true. Okay, let's continue.
I'm not living in the dark ages. This is reality. And if either of you women has ever dated women, you would know what I'm talking about. But you pretend that you don't know what I'm talking about.
All right, Mark,
so
let's
what's
get back
happening
to...
in middle age? What's happening in middle age here is that women who bring 70% of divorces are divorcing the men that they never wanted to marry to begin with, and so now that's what's making the men happy.
That's interesting because
And that's absolutely true. In fact, I think that number's gone from 70 to 80%. And when you consider that I believe that the number's around 70% of women who push for marriage, okay, even though the man is the one that actually dictates if they get married or not, okay, the women are the ones that push for it. It's interesting to me, they push for it, But now the number's up to 80% of women are filing for divorce. Now, I know what people are going to say out there. Oh, it's because he cheated on me or does that or does this. I know plenty of guys that have been cheated on by women, and it's just not the case. Okay? So, let's move on.
We control the household spending, don't we? Because
No, you don't.
we're working more than ever. All right, let's get back to the survey, though, all right? Because basically what they're saying is that we are happier in our early adult life and that women are more likely than men to fulfill their aspirations earlier related to material goods and family. That is true, wouldn't you say, Tracy? And a good thing. It takes men longer to figure out what they want to do in life.
Well, I just think this whole notion of basing your
Let's go
happiness
back to
on
that. Hold
you say,
on.
Tracy,
Let's stop this right here. Let's go back to this right here. So, satisfaction linked to family and finances. So, this is middle-aged men happier than women. Satisfaction linked to family and finances. Women happier than men when younger. Men over 48 generally happier than women. Now, why is that? Well, women that are younger look better. They're in the dating scene. They're having men pay for stuff. Naturally, they're going to be happier. Now, let me just put this out there right there. This is not an anti-woman thing. This is here to give facts to both men and women about what's out there. And the honest truth is that women are looking for a way to finance their life. They're looking for that security. I don't care if you make 6 figures as a woman, okay? Again, I have been on dates. I've talked to a lot of women in my lifetime, and I've heard the exact statement that I mentioned before. When I've talked to a woman, and at my age, a lot of those women are looking to get married again, you know, we talk about, well, what happens? Do we pool our resources? And there is an emphatic no. Even women who say they will, 90% of them won't. We're going to generalize right now and talk about women in general. Women, again, are looking for security. And when I've talked to women, they've told me straight to my face, my money is for me. I like shopping. I like doing those type of things. Your money is for us. Again, this whole thing about equality, this whole woman's movement and everything, women want to cherry pick the things that they want. They pick the things to be equal to. But when it comes to everything else, they want nothing to do with equality. Okay? Just saying. So again, men over 48 generally happier than women. Why? The kids are out of the house. If they've gone through a divorce, they're trying to get their life back together, and their finances are generally greater than they were when they were younger. So they're going to be happier. They've got more options. Men can date down. Women can't. And I know you guys out there, the MILFs, all those type of things that have dated the young boys and so forth, but this is not marriage material. These are not people that you're going to be with long term. And I guarantee those guys that are younger aren't looking to have you as a spouse or a long-term companion. So this is pretty obvious of what's going on here. So let's continue.
Material goods and family. That is true, wouldn't you say, Tracy? And a good thing. It takes men longer to figure out what they want to do in life.
Oh, my Lord. It takes men longer to figure out what they're going to do in their life. Let me tell you from something. When I was going to the university, the bulk of the people who could not decide what their major was going to be undeclared are women. Why? Because they don't have to declare one. Generally speaking, most of them, again, are looking for husbands. Okay? So this is complete nonsense. Maybe today, with about 70% of college enrollment being women, that could be a little bit more true, but it's just not the case. Men know what they're going to do. Generally speaking, they know what they're going to do. And that's why women say, I want a guy that's got his crap together. I want him to have this. I want to have a house. I want to have a job, all this type of thing. How can you want those things if you think us guys are only getting our crap together past our mid-30s or 40s? It's just not the case. She doesn't know what in the hell she's talking about.
I just think this whole notion of basing your happiness on material goods is part of the problem, hence part of the reason that this thing was run by men in the first place. If there were women on the panel...
Tracy.
So there's just this tornado of like misinformation.
By material goods. Let's stop there once again. Women, ask yourself, give us a list of what you're looking for in a man. Okay? Is he good looking? Is he tall? Has all these attributes? Or is it money? He can have all those other things, but if he doesn't have money, he's out. He's out. It just doesn't matter. So this whole notion, women want to look like saints. They want to look like all this, like they're so loving and so forth. It's just not true. Love, in my opinion, for men can just grow out of anything. Women need to have money, that security, that soil for love to grow in. And it's just too easy to prove because, that's all I've heard my whole life since I've been 15 is women bitching and moaning that they need more money or this. And I'll give you a few keywords for those people who are opening up dating apps. When women use the terms ambition, driven, confidence, all this type of things, those are acronyms for money. They want, you'll hear all this other stuff, gobbledygook and this rationalization, because they just don't want you to think that. They don't want to feel shallow. Let's continue.
If there were women on the panel, they would, ask any woman if she would choose her car over her children, and she'd take the kids any day.
Oh, okay. She would take the kids any day. Why would she take the kids? Okay, I'll tell you right now, in a divorce, why would she take the kids? Because the kids come with child support. They come with money. Again, it's all about money. If the divorce laws currently right now were that you get a divorce, you get nothing from that man, and the man gets nothing from you. You split the child bill both ways, or you just have them half the time, the divorce rate would plummet. But women are using this, and again, I'm generalizing, not all women, but the bulk of the women who go through this are looking to get out of a marriage they don't want, and they want those kids. They want those kids, or what they call in the family court system, little bags of money to go with them. Of course they'll give up their car, because they know they're going to get tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars via child support with those kids. So this is a ruse, what she's saying. Don't believe this type of crap.
Whereas I would question a lot of men out there, quite frankly.
Tracy, I can't
There's a
believe what I
reason
just
that
heard you
women
say.
live longer, Mark. Let me tell you. It is because we are stronger
Yes.
and we are happier at the end of the day than most men. And that is factual, and you know it.
When men are married to women who scream like you, they just want to die sooner.
I'm not
When you have women going around,
You're
Tracy,
divorced. She left you. Let's
Tracy.
put that on the table if you want to play this game.
Tracy,
Yes.
when
It always goes to a personal attack. Women come out there and they can't defend it. They start hitting below the belt, okay?
women go around comparing their engagement rings to show off who got the most carats.
Oh, I don't know where you
tell me
find
that
these
women don't
women.
compete.
Mark, I don't know
tell
where
me
you
that
find
women
these
don't
women. The
compete
women
on
I know do
material
not care
possessions.
about that kind of stuff, Mark.
Okay, women out there, women who have been married, women who are looking to get married. You ever talked about a ring? Ever checked out another person's ring to see how big it was, see if it was impressive? Huh? She is full of crap, and she knows it. That's all I heard when I was in college. People getting married, people getting engaged. What's the ring? Can I see a ring? Oh, is that a 1 carat? Oh, is that a 2 carat? This type of bull crap. She is just feeding lies nonstop.
Mark it out,
Women
Mark.
compete on houses, divorce settlements, carrots, country clubs. Women compete on money all the time. Give me a break.
Wait a
You got the
second.
wrong
Wait a
women in
second,
your
Mark.
life, buddy.
Well, Mark, wait a second. The stature of a
Yes.
lot of men is measured in the car they drive, the golf country club they belong to, and very much the place they live in. You have to admit that.
Yeah, they have to admit that. And who judges them? Not the other guys. It's the women that do it. The women.
Ah.
And and whether or not their wives are staying at home and not working. That's exactly what I said at the beginning. That's because men are taught that the men are taught that they have to make women happy. The fact of the matter is, you can't make anybody happy. You have to make yourself happy. Happiness is a byproduct of achievement. So for women to say that they're unhappy, it's their own fault. Anybody who says he's unhappy, it's his own fault.
Mark,
Everybody has to make himself or herself
You're
happy.
giving me such a bloody headache. Yeah, I mean, where are you from? Where are you from?
Truth has
Dear
that
Lord, I would
effect.
never in a million years teach my girls that they have to grow up to be reliant on a man, as you can well imagine. I would never teach my son that he
that's
should
wonderful.
be attracted
But Tracy, you're
to
the same one. You're the same one who bragged that she's so strong and so tough and doesn't need a man's money. Yet you're taking alimony.
Oh! 3 children.
Okay, Mark.
You know what?
So, but you don't need a man's
Okay, all
money.
right, put that
That last statement, but I have 3 kids. Well, what is alimony for? Is it for children? No, that's what child support's for. Alimony is for her. And why? Because that's what the family courts have set up to do. Now, alimony is, in my opinion, alimony is okay if she put you through school, if she gave up something. But I can tell you right now, when I went to school, most women are picking lower paid jobs, like an elementary school teacher or something else. And why? Because if they bear children, they can come back right to that job 15 years later and they can jump right in. Whereas if you're a computer programmer, you can't do that. But that big lie that she just told, but I have kids. That's what child support is for. And it's kind of, I wish they'd gone on with that discussion. I would have loved to have heard how she would have explained the difference between child support and alimony. But we'll wrap this up, but one last comment on that. If you haven't seen, there's a documentary out there called Divorce Corp, C-O-R-P, that's incredible. Anybody who's been through a divorce, or especially considering a divorce, should buy it, rent it, whatever. I think it was on Netflix at one time, and watch that. Because it's going to give you a wealth of information going forward on virtually every aspect that's involved with that. But I thought that was a very interesting video, and my last comments here are just going to be, I'm just kind of tired of seeing this type of stuff. Women tend to want to educate themselves about men by listening to other women. And women do not know anywhere near. They know part of the man side, but we know what we want. We know what's in our heads and our hearts, those type of things. They don't. And to hear this BS pushed by women so other women believe it is just nonsense. It's a confirmation bias type of thing. They want to hear the things they want to hear. But it's just not true. So there you go. I appreciate you stopping by. Hit the like button, smash that there, subscribe, and we'll get another video up here soon, and hopefully you'll come back and join me. All right? Thanks. Bye.